All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is brother I'm Juan from the Great Millstone Camp here in Philadelphia, giving out praises and doing I see how Bashim al Shah, Bashim al Dash. Double honors to the your elder apostle of the Great Millstone, and honors and salutation out there to the hopeful elect. So I'm gonna say this is pretty much an impromptu video. You know, I just hit record. You know, I'm just going through the spirit. The title of this video is going to be The Truth According to the Bible. The Edomites. It was another type of title that I, said previously, but I forgot. I think it was, The Truth According to the Bible was a title, but it may have been something different. But in this, I said this is a series basically going into what the Bible really talks about. As far as the main and these so-called Christian churches, man, just basically running amok, telling their congregation just to donate, and it's all about money, filthy lucre's sake. Then you got, the silly women in the churches. It was one video I was watching where the so-called, this was a woman pastor or a male pastor, but it was Jake. So basically the pastor, so-called pastor, was extorting his congregation, and then it panned to the congregation or whatever, to the people in the audience, and it was a woman, a black woman, writing the shit down. Like, here this man was just telling you, give me money, and trying to say, oh, this is the tights or the tenth to the Lord. This is what you got to give to the Lord. Then they pan to the black woman in the audience, or, particular woman in the audience, where she was actually writing down notes, man, of how to be extorted. Okay? That's what they teach in the churches. Or the buildings that they call churches, okay, which is madness, right? They don't teach the truth according to the Bible, right? They don't teach you about Jacob and Esau, okay? If they did, they first of all, they're not going to tell you what really happened, what it's really about, past, present, or future. The things that we go into and follow it up with precept upon precepts, okay? They're not going to do that, okay? If they even do touch Jacob and Esau, they only going to do it just to go into some other madness, They're not going to really break down the scriptures. They just going to tell you a whole bunch of bullshit. And that's what Christianity is nothing but a whole bunch of bullshit, man. They don't teach you the scriptures. They don't teach you nothing inside the scriptures, man. Okay? They teach you man's wisdom. They don't teach you the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim al Shah. They don't teach you the Bible. They don't teach you what it actually says. And again, if they read it, they're breaking it down wrong. They're false prophets, man. They're not even prophets. They don't even prophesy, man. Okay? The scriptures tell you about the spirit of prophecy. Hold on, let me get that real quick. Esau is spoken of in the end times. So why aren't the churches teaching the congregation about Esau, Edom? It says, for the testimony of Yahweh Shah is a spirit of prophecy. Revelation 19:10. Guess what was also in the spirit of prophecy? Esau. Okay? Who is Esau? Who are the Edomites? Okay, Esau was a man, okay? He came from I believe Isaac and Rebekah. Let me get that. Was Isaac, and his spirit was Yahweh Shah. Okay, yup, Rebecca. Yeah, we might as well start here anyway. We might as well start here. Through the spirit. Going into Esau, Edom. This is his conception. Okay? Which he had other incarnations in the past. He was also Cain. Okay? And he was also the serpent. Okay? The Edomites, or Edom, or Esau. His name was changed to Edom, which means to be red, from his original name Esau, which means wasted away is he, because he had a lack of pigmentation when he came out of his mother's womb. He didn't look like his brother Jacob or his other family, okay, because he came out with no pigmentation. Just like the Lord give you examples, man, with the albinos, and then he'll have a Jake, okay, two dark-skinned Jakes that and they child might be, obviously an Israelite or whatever. It might be a Hamite, okay. He might make two Hamites have children and shit, and the child come out looking like an Edomite. The Lord would give you those worldly examples, man, to back up what his word says, okay? To back up what the scriptures say, okay? Everything is spiritual, meaning everything goes back to the scriptures. And the Most High, he will give you those examples throughout life, okay? Throughout your reality, right? So we going into Esau, Edom, okay? It says, this is I'm gonna go to the point, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. Okay, they were separated. But I mean, it literally says it right there. That's crazy. And two manner of people, they was different, man. In identity, culture, heritage, etc. They were two different manners of people, man. Two different spirits. Okay, style, swag, etc. Okay, one was Jacob, right? Which produced the 12 tribes of Israel, which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. The next one, Esau, who produced the Edomites, which today would be anyone who descends from the nation of Edom, primarily the Caucasus or the Caucasians, or the people from the Caucasus Mountains, man, or the Caucasian people. You can look like any, if your line goes back to Esau, you're Edomite. Okay, you can look like a heathen. If your line goes back to Esau, Edom, you're Edomite. Okay? But the Edomites primarily look like so-called white people because of their lack of pigmentation. Okay? The blood that shows forth through their skin, you see them, they're red. Okay? That's why they call rednecks. That's a history right there if you really go into rednecks. But anyway, they call rednecks. They always have. Then they place that misnomer, I believe that's the word, on Jake, on the Native American Indians. They call the Native American Indians red, the red people. They call them the red people, knowing damn well they're the Edomites. Okay. Because they have a lack of pigmentation, lack of melanin in their skin. Okay, they don't have a dark skin tone. That's why, they do everything, to get that color back, man. Meanwhile, they hate Jake, man. They really don't hate Jake because of his skin tone. They hate Jake because of the blessing, okay? The blessing that they lost. It wasn't given to him anyway, any damn way. The blessing was not given to Esau, Edom anyway. That's why they really mad at Jake, man. They know that the Edomites, they know about, the hell that's coming for them. That's why they hate Jake, because they know Jake received the blessing, man. You know, when Esau was rejected, man. He was rejected. He was never chosen to begin with. You know, I'm jumping the gun in what happened in the events, you know. But Esau, he sold his birthright for a raw piece of fucking meat. Okay? For some bullshit. That's why Jake's selling out today over some bullshit, over nothing, crumbs. You know? They sacrificing their family members. They doing all manner of evil. They worshiping Satan. They bending over. Right? Esau put that same spirit that he had in our people. Even though our people are just wicked as hell to begin with. Okay? But anyway, Esau was the first sellout, man. Okay? He sold his birthright for nothing. And right now, the Lord said, I would give you the dew of heaven. How much more do you want? I mean, even though you're destroying your own kingdom, that's why the Lord said he would destroy them that destroy the earth or the world. Here, we dealing with this goddamn wildfire that obviously was premeditated, was done on purpose. It was deliberate, right? I'm on the East Coast, you know, I'm in a different part of Pennsylvania right now. But you can see the effects of it, man. This is what we got to deal with. Not only we got to deal with all the other bullshit, now we got to deal with this shit. The air is disgusting out here, man. If you look outside, you can't see shit. You can't see the blue sky, okay? You can't see the clouds. You can barely see the sun. The sun was out earlier. It was fucking laser red. The sun was red because of the whatever the fuck is in the atmosphere. Okay? Made the sun appear to be red. That's a sign, man. You know? We in the devil's kingdom, Esau's kingdom. Again, the spirit of prophecy. It was prophesied that Esau would be here in the end times, the times that we living in, that they don't teach you in the churches. They don't tell you about Esau, Edom. That he's the devil that the Bible tells us. They omit that, and they don't ever go through that, man. That's why they took out the Apocrypha. It says Esau is the end of the world. Okay? He's the end of the world. The end of an age. Where it talks about in Daniel's, okay, about the different kingdoms. Esau is the last kingdom, man. Then it talk about the rock that destroyed the idol or the statue. We in that time now, man. Esau is the last empire with the other nations. They are in power as well. But Esau has a hegemony over the whole earth. That's why he wants full spectrum dominance. That's why he wants to put a device inside of your skin. The beasts in Revelation are the Edomites. They don't tell you that in the churches, man. They're a nation of people. It's the Roman Empire all over again. When it talks about in Psalms, I think 22nd chapter, it says the wicked compass me about. Okay, that was talking about the Romans basically surrounding the Lord to put hands on him, to punish him. Among other scriptures. That's just one example. When you go into the wicked in Malachi, where it talks about the border of wickedness, When you see scriptures that say the wicked, it's talking about the Edomites. Again, this is an impromptu. We're going to get everything in other videos, okay? But the truth according to the Bible, Esau is extremely important. That's why they talk about, Obadiah is a lesser prophet. You only say that because Obadiah destroyed you, man. They try to make it insignificant of what Obadiah said, man. If you watch that movie Men in Black 3, it's a spiritual movie. Okay? They had a character in that movie named Obadiah. Okay? In that movie that they said they hated him. Why? Because he basically brought the end of the world. What was the end of the world? The chariots. Okay? Or the so-called aliens. They had a countdown timer, right? They had to stop Obadiah. That's why they always got these movies going back in time, because Esau wants that birthright back, man. That's his whole secret to they want to go back. They want that birthright back, man. Again, you was never going to get it. You was never going to get it, never going to get it, never going to get it. Never get it. It was not designed for you. You were designed for servitude. To serve your brother. The Lord said to serve your brother Jacob, man. That was it. We're at the end of your kingdom. Now it's time for you to go down and us to come up. That's why your own people against you, man. Your own woman calling you out for saying you a white supremacist. But it's ironic because you're not supreme, man. The Lord's people are supreme or superlative. They're above you. They're more superior than you. So when they do get on you, but that's your woman, they should be with you. But at the same time, you're the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And your woman, even the woman that's with you in the kingdom of heaven, they're not going to be with you no more, man. They're not going to want to deal with you. Just like the black woman don't want to deal with the black man. It's going to be like that times infinity for you Edomites, because we're going to know the truth according to the Bible, that you're the devil that the Bible speaks of. We're going to know. Right now, the Edomites in this kingdom are the Israelites. Especially Judah. They get it the worst. Because they the head tribe, whatever. And on top of that, the Lord, he came from Judah, and Judah rejected him. And that's another reason why Judah got the brunt of the punishment. They rejected the Lord. It's a lot, man. It's a lot to go into. I was just thinking about saying something, but I was like, I'm going to hold back on that. But it says, going back to the scripture, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 nations of people, man. They was going to produce 2 nations, man. Obviously, they got to be here today. It says there's no end of people, an end of the people, man. Okay? So the Edomites are here today, and the Israelites are here today. There's this people that call themselves the small hats, or that call themselves the Jews. Guess what? They're not. They're the synagogue of Satan. They're the Edomites. They're a tribe of the Amalekites from the nation of Edom. Okay, they're imposters. And they're the worst of the heathen, right? And they got the bigger piece of the pie because they pretending to be us. And everybody waking up, man. Everybody is waking the fuck up, man. Everybody in the universe is waking up. That they're not the people of God, man. They can't be. But all the evil, the Lord is making them show themselves, show their horns, man. You know? They can't be the people of God with all the filthy, wicked acts and abominations that they be doing, that they do on the earth. And other races of people. It says, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger or superior than the other people. The other people are who? The Edomites. What's the description on that too? I'll probably get that in a later lesson. Let me see something. As for the other people, they were not called by that name. Hold on. No, it's a couple of scriptures. What I'm looking for is in Isaiah 63. But anyway, it's like it. And the elder, the one that came out first because he was getting his ass whooped, the Edomites, Esau, shall serve the younger. Okay? So let's see how that's going to take, when it's going to take place. You know, when the Lord comes back and establishes his kingdom, okay, and destroys the Edomites out of power, or takes them out of power, this is going to happen. This is Isaiah 14, and this about the king of Babylon, which are the Edomites, the daughter of Babylon, okay, which is made to be taken and destroyed. This is Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob," and that's another topic. The truth according to the Bible. Only Israelites can be saved. Right now, the elect of Israel are going to be delivered, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Hold on, I probably gotta move. I might have to close up. Truck might want to get over here. It says, set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, who? The Edomites and the other nations, primarily, right now, we're talking about Esau, Edom, and bring them to their place in the house of Israel. Let me see. Let's get part of their place. That was Isaiah 24. Now, also, you got Psalms 149. This is Isaiah 24:21. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, the proud, the wicked. You know, starting off the Rothschilds, etc., man. Okay? They were the elite banking families. And the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. Okay, that's part of the place. They're going to be in the pit. And shall be shut up in the prison, and at the many days shall they be visited. That's talking about our servants being put in the pits or prisons. They're gonna be we don't have the same prison system as East on this side, but they're gonna be in a prison system. This is Psalms 149 verse 5. It says, "Let the saints be joyful in glory, let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains." Again, the other nations, starting off with the elites of the other nations, you know, and their nobles with fetters of iron, because they're going to survive that nuclear blast, man. Okay, whether they be in space or underground or whatever. That's why it says the hand of the Lord shall take them, man. The Lord is going to give his people, the elect of his people, or the remnant of Israel, that power, man. And they're going to hunt the other nations, man. Especially Esau, Edom, around the earth. And we're going to basically gather them up. Okay? And it says, and we're going to put chains on them and fetters of iron on them, man, to execute upon them the judgment written. It's, man, it's going to be a beautiful day, man. We're going to be, man, from every hole of the rocks, everywhere, man. We're going to be hunting you damn devils down, man. Okay, we're going to be like them Terminators, man. Now, let me go back to Isaiah. It says, and come on, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. That's payback, retribution, man. It tells you about the patience and the faith of the saints, man. I'm gonna get that in the next video. Okay? Retribution. And it says, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So one day, the Israelites are going to rule over the oppressors that oppressed us. Primarily the Edomites, our evil brother. Okay? This is what they don't teach you in the churches, man. They don't ever go over these scriptures. They don't talk about them. This is a prophecy. This hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen in our lifetime. We're getting closer and closer. The days that's passing are nothing but a countdown to Esau's inevitable fall. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day, meaning this is a future prophecy, it has not happened yet, that Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushua, B'Hashem Kakudal, shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. We still in sorrow, man. We ain't in rest yet. Rest is the kingdom of heaven. And from thy fear. Our fear is who? The other nations, man. Esau. Tells you that in Isaiah, Luke, the first chapter. Okay? And from the hard bondage, the hard is slavery. Hardcore bondage, hardcore slavery. You know, paying taxes, fucking paying bills and shit. Going to work, being oppressed by your boss or your woman. Okay? Whatever it is, man. Having shit, we oppressing these in the flesh. We serving hard bondage in the flesh, man. The flesh is hard bondage. We supposed to be everlasting, man. We supposed to be infinite. This is why the Lord, he's going to have to give us those new bodies, man. That's a part of our sentence is the flesh. You know, basically, transgressing the laws of the Lord, not being perfect. That's part of the hard bondage, man. Okay? But primarily being oppressed by the Edomites and other nations, man. Even our own people, man. This world is fucked up. This is Esau's world. Again, the truth according to the Bible, the reason why everything is fucked up is because this is Esau's world, man. And God is not blessing this place, he's damning this place. This place is already condemned, man. Zechariah, the 5th chapter. Okay, but anyway, wherein thou was made to serve, man. Okay, and we still serving it until the Lord releases from our captivity, man. And that's when his son comes back, man. We gotta patiently wait for Yahweh Shah, man, to crack the skies. He gotta crack these skies, man, because this is bullshit, man. Again, if you're outside, you can see the fucking madness, man. You can't see the fucking sky, man. It's dull and dreary outside. And the air is shit. It's shite. So the Lord, we know when he coming, man. Okay, the Lord, he told you what's going to happen. What got to take place, man. We just got to endure hardness, man, until he comes back. And when he comes back, he gonna put a foot in your ass, Esau. Do you people don't know that? Again, the truth according to the Bible, what the Lord is going to do when he comes back. is put a foot up your ass. Okay? That's why, hey, you don't fuck the white man. We don't want vengeance from the Lord, man. Okay? Know that fire. But when the Lord comes back, goddamn, he's gonna make Elmo. It's like he's gonna make Christopher Columbus look like Elmo, man. Okay, the Lord, he gonna be ripping shit to shreds, man. Okay. So with that, man, I'm gonna start right there. And again, an impromptu video. Hopefully this video was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shem Rakakadah Shem Rakakadah.